Okay, so for our next question, first thing we got to do is we have to recognize what's happening with our function. Well, this is a circle. Okay, it's written differently. Let's change the f of x into y. Let's make it the square root of 25 minus x squared. And then let's undo the square root by squaring. But if you do it to one side, you got to do it to the other. So we get y squared equals 25 minus x squared. Then let's add x squared to both sides. So we end up getting x squared plus y squared equals 25. And the radius here is plus or minus 5 because we can graph into the negatives. So create a table of values for this, careful, something different happened there, and this. So notice our transformation for both of these questions is happening inside the function. It's happening inside with x. We have moved into our horizontal stuff. Okay? Now, whenever you go inside the function, everything gets backwards. Okay? Remember that. If our bracket says x minus 3, what's a value that makes it go to 0? Oh, it's 3. We do the opposite. So, when you see these values, the easiest way I think of it is I stay with the opposite trend. There's something written a little bit differently on the other page, which is what Miss Boychuk has used in the past, and I don't disagree with it, but because I get so set on all the opposites in the brackets, I always just go opposite. So with A, when we were looking at A, we were doing things normally. When we're looking at, this is our K value, and this is a new one. You didn't have this last year with the quadratics because we didn't do horizontal stretches or compressions in grade 10. This is a grade 11 thing. Okay. We are going to do opposite. Now normally, this looks like x is being multiplied by 2. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide by 2. And here, this looks like x is being multiplied by a half. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide by a half, which is the same as multiplying by 2. So you just take whatever's in the denominator and you multiply it by the x. So when we're creating our new table of values, it wants us to pick x values, and this is what's going to change. So I can't really create a table of values for that. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to break the rules. I'm just going to go down, and I'm going to start graphing it. I can cheat with circles. It's a nice fact. I'm going to put the middle there. Okay, there's almost one of them. Okay. Whoopsies. There's like our base circle. Go away. Why do you want to give me that pop-up? Okay. And because it only wants us to worry about the positive branch, oopsies. Because if you look up here, this graph was asking only for the positive branch right here. Okay, so it only should be a semicircle. Can I do a semicircle? Questions you ask the students when they're, oh, look at that. Wait for it. What's it gonna do? Oh, dude. Okay, wait. Uh-oh. It's not as like user-friendly as a circle, but I'll try. That's a little aggressive, eh? Time for the mouse. I want to go 5 to 5. And then I want that to go down. I might not be able to use a semicircle. Oh, I still might be able to use a semicircle. Okay. Okay, why don't we start there and then we pull it down? Oh, Megan, you're so smart sometimes. What color do we want to make this? Red. Or not. Line style. Oh, kids. Pretend that the bottom line isn't here. Pretend this isn't here. This is not real. Okay, so there is our graph of our parent function, or our base graph, sorry, my bad, which is f of x equals the square root of 25 minus x squared. Okay, so that is our base graph, and we are going to divide the x values because this is acting on x. Okay, once we're inside, this is acting on x. And this is acting on x, and we're doing the opposite. So we're going to do one, we'll make it purple. Divide x values by 2, nothing happens to the y values. So if I divide this x value, which is 5 by 2, it's going to go to 2.5. And nothing's going to happen to the y value. The y value stays 0. If I divide this x value by 2, it's going to stay where it is. The y value is going to be 5. And then if I divide this x value by 2, it'll go to 2.5. Oh no, I'm going to try. Kids, it's happening. And now our semicircle should still look like a semicircle, but it looks like a parabola because your teacher struggles with drawing lines on this slate. Okay? Then we're going to do y equals half of x. So we're actually going to multiply all the x values by 2. We're going to make this one green. So instead of being negative 5, it's going to be negative 10 for our first point. 0 is still going to be 0 because when we multiply 0 by anything, it'll stay where it is. So this value is always going to stay at 0, 5. But then this value, which is 5 at 0, multiply x by 10, multiply x by 2, and it gets us to 10, and it'll stay as 10 and 0. So now the semicircle, oh, looks like that. That one went pretty well. That one went pretty well. So compare the 3 graphs. Okay. Well, I don't even have to write up here. I have enough written up here that like explains comparing the 3 graphs. And that's a long video.